Si kubah kang terus tak ini.
From chili merah, chili padi, belacan, tempoyak to anything that makes our mouth breathe fire, we Malaysians love our food spicy. And one of our most popular fiery dishes is asam pedas. So, I'm gonna dig into its origins and find out what makes asam pedas a hot favorite.
It came from a land across the sea and found a home by the bay. Taste as power as taming sali. If you cannot take spicy, you better lari. Treasured by people from all over, it has been preserved to this day. The legend will remain forever. Takkan asam pedas Melaka hilang di dunia.
They say you need both sweetness and spice in your life. And in Malacca, there's a family that combines both. Known at first as Perhentian Kueh Kampung, they started making various delicious kueh that now complements their main course. Pak Man's Asam Pedas! Alright, I got my Asam Pedas right in front of me. Not one Asam Pedas, but two Asam Pedases. One in the form of sea creatures, Aquaman's friend, and one in the form of land creatures, my friend. Most times when you eat asam pedas, it comes in the form of fish. I like the presentation here. It's been garnished really well as well. It's just a nice amount of leaves. Just how good is this asam pedas? Let us find out. It's explosive, man, but it's not as asami as most asam pedas goes. Let's see how it fares with the fish and a bit of rice. Oh, this is good. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived. The asam pedas came to the Malacca shores first. It sort of became its own thing. I mean, obviously the people who made it had to innovate it for the people that they were going to serve it to, right? But the taste still remains, and it's been innovated again and again since then. People have been putting in a bit of pepper and this, that, the other. So if anybody had the right recipe, it would be Malacca. The simplicity or the originality of this asam pedas gravy is totally killer. Totally killer. I absolutely love it. To the land animal. This is what you call tetel. Tetel is basically the combination of a bunch of stuff that you get from the cow. Literally, this is the poor man's meat. The way to mask leftover meat is to have something quite strong over it, and that's why they did it with the asam pedas. Oh, what a mixture! Ah, you can taste some of that fat in there, and that crazy meat. I think I got a bit of liver as well. That is totally titillating. Okay, this is double D power. Okay, double dragon, double dragon, double dragon. The beef stock sort of really got into the asam pedas, which gives it a completely different feel altogether. It's almost like a borscht asam pedas. You know, borscht is always made out of beef stock. Oh, it's so good. Good old meat and good fresh fish mixed with this original recipe. And when I say original, I don't mean like they came up with it. I mean that they retained the original strength and stood for what asam pedas really stands for. Because once it gets out of Malacca, it's changed. We'll talk about that a bit later, but this is my main goal right now. Nothing says authentic and original more than best in the world. But I wonder, between Malacca and Johor, who created the original asam pedas? Neither. Asam pedas actually originates from the Minangkabau Islands of Indonesia. It was brought over to Malaysia by the Indonesians during the hustling, bustling trade days of Malacca and Johor. That's why the dish is mostly famous in the southern parts of Malaysia and Singapore. Malacca is very famous for adding their secret explosive blends of spices and tatel. And Johor loves to add in their powderful amount of black pepper. And that's the Malaysian asam pedas.
How could you rely, Ras? How high? Aku rejected me. What? You also married to her? You didn't even tell me.
How could you?
Nah! Now, let's talk about this. I know how to settle this.
And they lived happily ever after. Now, for the real story.
In Pekan Nanas, Johor, there's a strong tasting asam that everyone loves. And I'm heading straight to the kitchen to meet the man who is the madu behind the tiga.
Kenapa nama kedai ni Madu Tiga?
Itu lah. Memang sisa tiga.
Tak, yes, memang power.
Memang power.
Memang power.
Asam pedas power, orang power.
Fantastic. Okey, saya nak tanya, apa perbezaan asam pedas kat Johor dengan asam pedas kat Melaka?
Asam pedas Melaka dia ada cair. Saya punya ni saya memang buat pekat asam pedas ni.
Ini perbezaan daripada Pak Yus ke? Dia macam...
Tak, memang saya sendiri. Dia nak lain daripada yang lain. Kalau saya tengok macam mana sambutan orang ramai kan. Orang rumah saya pun tak boleh bikin lah. Memang saya sendiri yang bikin.
It's that difference that helped him charm his way into the heart of ladies and customers alike. The word for this place? Simple. I'll be having everything on the menu. Only white rice, eggs, veggie, and asam pedas fish.
Let's start, man. Look at that. This gravy is absolutely thick. It's unlike any other asam pedas I've ever had. Oh, you gotta love the taste of that chili, and it's very peppery, you know. Well, I think it's a Johor thing to actually have spicier, thicker paste, but not like this. I think he's made it really thick. Oh, there you go. So beautiful. Let's try this actual fish. Oh man, that fish is fresh. There's a smoky taste to it. I don't know how he treats the fish. I think he boils it for a while. Oh, it is so good. So good. As you go on, you somewhat have to have a bit of egg and a bit of sayo to sort of like complete your meal. So it's a very good combination of a Chinese. Oh my goodness, this is good. So now I'm gonna go for the ikan merah. It's up to your preference really, what fish you want. Oh, I don't think I've had asam pedas like this before. It's extremely unique. Fact is, it's very different from the Malacca one. So if you guys are in Malacca and you guys want to have a big different taste in asam pedas, I recommend you guys should come here. Yeah, I mean, Malacca's got its own style. I'm not going to say who's better, who's not, you know what I mean? But I love it when the man himself stays in the kitchen and keeps the secret a secret. But I think even more than that, it's in the name. And I think it goes beyond the name. When it comes to love and marriage, I think you got to know that I'm not speaking just for myself, I'm speaking for every man. We love our food. So if you can take care of this, then you can take care of this. And this, right here. All right. You know this is the way forward. And asam pedas as a national treasure, best in the world.
Pak Yus has definitely lived up to the name Madu Tiga. I've had 2 of his best asam pedas fishes. Now I think it's time for 2 more. Just to finish up the quota. I found something in Kelantan that even the Kelantanese don't know about.
No? Drink it up, man.
The word for today is thick. Hello! Over the past few years of doing Best in the World, I have had not 1, not 2, but 3 types of asam. Ha ha ha! And I get different flavor from every heritage and place I go. But I wonder, can I get more than not 2, but 3 types of flavors of asam? Ha ha ha! Under one roof? And the answer is yes, in the House of Asam. You know it's a good house when they treat you with a feast. I had so many amazing looking dishes around me. And being a good guest, I dived straight into the Nyonya Asam fish.
Let's start with the head. Oh my goodness. Love the fact that it's still nice and warm. Now, when you talk about asam, the first thing you need to do is don't take the fish, take the sauce. That's it. You know? You drink it up, Mom. The word for today is thick. It's like totally thick, okay? The broth in this, it's not like that. You know, when you eat asam, it's very light. This is almost a combination of a curry, very thick in texture, sort of like thing. It's a very fulfilling experience. Now we will go for the fish test. Inside a traditional style Nyonya asam is some fish head, as well as some good old-fashioned tofu. And you know, it's fried, but once it's in there, it's been soaked, and it really has all that goodness in there. It's fantastic. But the proof of the pudding is always in the fish. This one is gila. I absolutely love it. I must say how different this is from all the other asams I've ever had. I feel that the Nyonya style asam and all the innovations that they've got over here really accentuates this asam taste, but takes it to a whole new level. But right now, I'm gonna have something that I've heard so much about. This is a traditional black bean paste asam sauce, indigenous to Malacca, flourished in Ipoh. So, without further ado, let me cut the crab, and go straight for it. Wow, very sour, and then sweet finish. My taste buds were taken on a roller coaster ride from all the different asam tastes in each dish. And just when I thought it couldn't get any crazier, I was served a thrilling surprise. Muscle itu emas, betul. Oh man, some beautiful asam mussels right there. I don't think I've ever had mussels with asam before. It shows what you can do with love and innovation. I wonder what else these guys can think of in the kitchen. It has shown me that the asam and the asam pedas that we generally have is completely different. The traditional heritage that comes from the Peranakan days in Malacca has flourished here in Ipoh, and they have spawned many different things. Because this stuff, for laying out a full house of flavors, this house is best in the world. Ha ha ha! I'm going to the police station to make a police report because I lost my handphone. After this. In front of Balai Polis Kelantan, Suliza Kedai Makan has been open for 40 years, serving a unique family recipe that I have never even heard of before. This is amazing. I found something in Kelantan that even the Kelantanese don't know about. Well, at least not all of them. But check it out. This is a standard soup air asam daging bakar set. I'm talking about a beautiful, simple soup that looks as clear as the tom yum, but as I can smell, already has a massive surprise for me. Okay, now I'm gonna try some of this lovely soup. Oh. What's going on here? It's sour. It's spicy. I think it's really infused with all the tripe that's inside. You got stomach, you got bits of liver, you got lung, and you get all this intestinal goodness with the taste of sour spicy, close to tom yummy, but more on the I don't know. It is gorgeous though. Imagine a tom yum that they have taken all the way to the next level in terms of its sour, and then it's been infused with that quiet taste that you like. You know what I mean? This place is definitely awesome. The soup air asam daging bakar is something that's for a person who can acquire the taste. But the daging bakar is something that anyone can have. Crispy, charcoaly. I mean, if you look at the way they do it, it's old school, man. This is charcoal goodness, okay? It's almost like a barbecue. Oh. You just live like this, you know. Of course, you're supposed to eat beef rare, but this stuff, definitely a good substitute. Great, I love it. And this is my new drink. It's called a kasuchi, which is a carrot susu with lychee. Kasuchi.
They don't just have this, mind you. They've got other stuff like barbecue chicken, fish, and masak lemak. But what's really unique about this Kelantanese place is that the food ain't sweet.
Man, I'll tell you what, in terms of asam, this is something I've never tasted before in my life. In Kelantan, in the land of sweets, to find asam like this is truly remarkable. Not only because it's, you know, asam, it's their own version of it. The soup, this particular thing is what you want to try. It's going to change your mind about a lot of things and how your palate can work. So great. So for all you asam lovers out there, if you think you've had the best, wait till you come to Kelantan and try this out, because it is not even discovered by the Kelantanese. Best in the world, baby.
That rare food has got me in the mood for a rare animal. Danger, danger, danger.
If this was Gotham City, Batman would come here and have a nice asam pedas. Be careful, don't try this at home. It's very dangerous.
Now, there might not be any elephants in Alagaja, but you still got to keep a lookout for a mighty popular animal. Now, they say you can find it near the Medan Selera Pasar Menggong, and it's the endangered cucurudang. That's right, mate. It's right there. Let's go check it out.
This animal just thrives in this environment. They're here by the dozens, hundreds even. I didn't know what to expect really, so I approached cautiously.
Now, what's going on over there is that the cucurudang is just sitting down in an entire group. Oh, mate. We're going to try to approach this animal. Be careful, don't try this at home. It's very dangerous. Bang, minta cucurudang dua, set untuk dua. Kita campur semua dengan ayam semua.
What's different about this cucurudang is that they serve it with a host of different ingredients. A bit like a rojak, and everything's binded together with some special sauce.
Oh, she's a beauty, mate. Gotta love it.
Let's try the cucur udang that we came for. It is so good. It's fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside, nice and warm because it's like, you know, fresh. Now what's really amazing about this actually is their sauce. Oh, the sauce by itself, it's sweet. It's got the right amount of spicy to it. It's got a slight garlicky taste to it. And they throw in a bit of, is this tempeh? They got tempeh in there, which becomes extremely weird. They got fish cake. I'm just looking out for any more surprises. They got nuggets, man. And if you think that's enough, oh, ayam madu, man. I mean, you can't go wrong there. They give you the entire thigh. Yeah. Tastes a bit like an ayam percik. It goes so well with that lovely homemade chili sauce. They made innovation since 1969. One of the things you have to remember is that this cucur udang started in a small town called Alagaja in Malacca. They sorted everything out, and today it is a pride for the state of Malacca, which actually, you know, is the pride and joy of the country. But it's those little things that we forget, and we find them right here. Best in the world, man.
That was one crazy good mix. I don't know what they put in their sauce, but it's got me in the mood to have some fun tonight. All night long.
I'm having a bit of a headache. I can't remember where I parked my car. I think I need some medicine. I know just the place.
There is a pasar that still stays lively right into the late nights of Malacca. And people regularly flock this place for a shock of some shiok claypot asam pedas.
Pening. Kadang-kadang kat Melaka ni happening sangat. Kat Jonker Street ada something and then you walk down the road, walking and you know, I can't find my car. Good way to sort of like chill out is to come here and get your fix of a bit of asam because it really sorts you out. We're talking about leftover cow meat. Wait. Terus baik lah. This is so good, man. In this particular dish, they even add in some ladies' fingers, which is very good. They obviously pick the best parts of the leftovers. I mean, these guys pick the best leftovers. But next up, this is asam pedas caviar, or as we call it, telur ikan. Do this. Oh, best. The way it just crumbles because you boil it, it's sort of like cooked in this amazing asam pedas. It's not like your fish, which you know comes in an entire chunk. Look at that, look at that. Wait for it to seep in, and what you're gonna get is just remnants of this beautiful caviar mixed with the asam pedas sauce. And just sort of like take it a little bit with your rice. And actually, this is the first time I've had telur ikan asam pedas. I'm gonna indulge in this one. I'm gonna take a nice big chunk here. I mean, you know, one of the things in the world that's so awesome is caviar, so this place knows how to do it, man. Asam pedas number 203. It's just really good. Okay, moving on. If you say pari twice in Malay, it means fairies. And this has been said to be the ultimate asam pedas dish ever. I need a moment to... It's a very strong asam pedas, but it doesn't taste much like your other fishes. The kick is different. There's more of a spicy sort of element to it. Anyways, my point is, you can't get this anywhere else. Melaka, asam pedas. Melaka, asam pedas. Melaka, asam pedas. It's so good. I've cleared my headache, and I remember where I parked my car. I didn't drive. And speaking of cars, this place has a continuous flow of cars. It's 2 o'clock in the morning and all the night birds are here. And the night birds is the bat. If this was Gotham City, Batman, after he's gone out there and he's done his kapow, kabish, he would come here and have a nice asam pedas before he heads off to the Bat Cave to have a bit of a kip. And for that reason, man, I'm telling you, our national treasure, this particular one, best in the world.
I've enjoyed all kinds of asam pedas and went even deeper into the asam flavor. What I've experienced is that no matter breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even as a late night snack, it remains a popular national heritage. Everyone loves their asam pedas, and that makes it best in the world.
Chicken rice balls can also be like a game you play. Popping balls in my mouth.
This sauce istimewa has now been named is Ade Bayuki Charlie.
Hey, boss, you want ayam? Huh? Ayam. I got good ayam on you.